and multiplying, that is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. Look, we're talking to you guys about Cam Newton. I recently just read an interview that he did, and he was talking about his oldest daughter being in a place where she felt like he was unable to really give her what she actually needed. And in fact, in that particular relationship, the eldest daughter is estranged a little bit from him. And I said, this is a perfect illustration of what we mean when we say about Cam Newton in the space of him not really fully identifying and understanding that you having multiple children in different homes, but having all the money in the world will not save you. Money cannot buy you the love of your children. It cannot. And we are no longer in the era of war, where in war, all your children are going to care about is their safety physically. We're now in a place of luxury where we get to have the ability to have relationships that are born and are able to be a reflection of the love and the care that a parent can give. So if you're wholesome and you're secure in your attachment style and in your affections with your children, where you're able to give them your time, your energy, and your presence, not presence, then that child is going to benefit, and they're going to give you back what you gave them. You see, the Bible says, train a child in the way to go, they will not depart from it. So you have to understand what Cam Newton has done has created chaos and is managing the chaos. In fact, Cam Newton is exactly what we see in the Bible all the time. We see it in Kings. After David, we notice that Solomon comes, but Solomon also suffers with womanizing too. And after Solomon, it goes downhill from there. And then it says king after king after king after king after king is struggling to do the right thing and follow God and follow Israel and follow Israel's God. And in fact, they end up being in a space where they actually go after other gods. Why is that? Well, actually, because starting from King David, having multiple women that he impregnated, whilst he was allowed to do that because he was a king, technically, to say that, and there was a prophecy about that. The aspect of his behavior was that he's had multiple homes, and he could not rule every single home. Yes, he is king, and they respected him, but the moment he died, did you know there was a warfare for the throne? That the other side, Abinadab, was fighting for Abijah, I think his name was fighting for the throne and went to claim it before its time. And Solomon's mum, Bathsheba, had to go to Prophet Nathan in order to claim the throne, right? Did we know that Absalom, his son, had to unalive his half-brother because of him sleeping with his half-sister? Right? After Solomon, we see king after king after king after king doing erroneous, crazy acts after. Why? Because even Solomon could not keep hold of all his homes with all the wisdom that he had. You see, time, energy, and presence cannot be faked. You cannot pretend to be there. Just because your money and your provisions seems to spread wide doesn't mean that you can spread wide. Only God himself can be in every single place at once. And you are limited with this body. So let's talk a little bit about Cam Newton, because we knew this was coming. When Dr. Bryant called him out, this was the result. We knew it was coming, right? Money can't buy you love. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit from this article because I think it was really powerful. What Cam Newton kind of illustrated to us as well, and highlighted what was actually being said. So this is an article that he was on people.com, and it says, my dark side of my life was like I was in a long-term relationship and I had a child outside my relationship. Newton shares, we had just moved into a house and everything was kind of perfect from the outside in, and my relationship with my oldest daughter has suffered. All she kept asking was, yo, why? He recalls, right? Goes on to say, and this is a picture of him and his daughter as well. Goes on to say, in a confessional, Newton added that he feels like he's still making mistakes, which is understandable. He's a human being. Family, they give me purpose, but I made my mistakes, he says. Still making mistakes. I'm still dealing with that resentment. So if I can heal that, then that's the start. He continues, adding in a confessional, my daughter, we have our disconnects, but I just want my children to know that their dad cares like I care. Talking to his fellow recruits, Newton continues to speak about the vulnerableness of having children outside of his relationship. I know I hurt somebody, But I didn't want what I created to be a secret either. But all the while, too, my relationship with my eldest daughter suffered and is suffering from that. He continues. Daddy cheated on my mummy, and I think it's important for me to be accountable. Okay? Newton is dad to 8 kids. He shares 4 children with his ex-girlfriend, Kia Proctor, sons Chosen Sebastian, Comedius, Swain, and Kashmir Saint, and daughter Sovereign Dior Cambella, and helps raise Proctor's older daughter, Shakira. Newton also shares 2 children with photographer Lorena Shaw, their son, Caesar, and Shaw's older son, Jaden, from a previous relationship. Now listen, first and foremost, I want to be very, very clear, all right? Having multiple children with one woman is fine because you're in the home and they are seeing a loving, hopefully a loving relationship between you and your child. And you need to understand that the child is watching everything you do. And they are basing a lot of their ideologies on love around what has actually happened between you and mummy and daddy. And Cam Newton played off like he wasn't making broken homes. Why? Because he felt like he was doing a good job. But the reality is he won't know he's doing a good job until he sees his kids grow up and how they're going to respond. And yet we're now seeing already the eldest daughter is responding. Now, it's not because he just cheated on mum. See, if it was just because he cheated on mum, you know what? She might have been angry and then she'll have got past it, right? But it's not just because you cheat on mum. It's because you cheat on mum, you're outside the home, and you're not going to be able to be emotionally present. So at least you could have made up for it had you been emotionally present. But you're not going to be able to. See, if Cam was as emotionally present as he thinks he was, he would have understood Dr. Bryant's point about broken homes. It's not the fact that you are paying for these homes. You cannot be in 3 places at once. It's hard enough being one home with 2 parents in and trying to be present, let alone 3 different homes. Right? Now, I'm not judging him for the fact that, he made mistakes. He made mistakes. Hey, people make mistakes. I'm not going to give him for that. But when you keep on making mistakes and you keep on moving around, right, and keep moving mad, this is what's going to happen. Now, he wants a 9th child. And I'm looking like, you ain't even finished your dealings here yet, my guy. And you're adding another child, because really and truly, there is a hole that I believe Cam Newton is actually filling. And people like Cam Newton, they use children as a way of filling holes because they know that children at first give them unconditional love. That child will love you even in your bullcrap. And in the rubbish that you bring, that child will love you because it needs you. The moment the child doesn't need you anymore and it recognizes that, it starts to resent you because it realizes you have mishandled and mistreated it. And I say it in aspects of what we're talking about, right? So that child will always respond to you in the way that you've responded to it, or her or him. I should probably say it a bit better off. I do apologize, all right? So there's emotional struggles that happen in a relationship naturally, but when you have 3 or 4 homes, that's going to make it difficult, yeah? Co-parenting is a difficult challenge in itself. There's conflict resolution that's needed all the time. Financial constraints are always going to be within any home, whether it's 1 or 3. And stability is important for children, whether it's 1 or 3. But the reality is when you have 3 different homes, that child is now having to fight and struggle with feelings of displacement, not belonging, instability, rejection, abandonment, and betrayal. That's really hard to overcome. As a child, that is so hard to overcome, right? So it's not just that you have 3 different homes. It's not like you've had 3 different maybe mothers. No. It is what emotional impact you're bringing to that child. Now, the daughter is questioning, why, daddy? It's not just the cheating, it's why, daddy, are you also not going to be emotionally as present as you could have been beforehand? You can't do it anymore. Now her trust issues, her security issues, her emotional stability issues are going to come and plague her in the future, right? There are long-term ramifications for what Cam Newton's actually done, right? And because of the ill effect of not having a long-lasting relationship with that particular mum, this can lead to lasting tensions affecting the future of that child in romantic relationships and also in parental to child relationships. Okay? Now, the child is already feeling some resentment. What else are they feeling? Simply because Cam Newton believed that he wanted to have a big family, but didn't seek about how best to go about it, right? So it's really important. I want to say again, money can't buy love. And so I want to bring it to this conclusion, because this is part 1. We're going to do it in some other parts, right? Family decisions have a lasting consequence. And listen, I'm a man and I've been there and I've been some stupidity in it. If it not be for God, someone would have had my kid. You know what I mean? Like, so I am not, and I've been through some situations, so I am not even shooting him like that. But when you're in it like that, I know what kind of mindset I had. I was messed up. That's why I was in a situation that's so scary like that. So that tells me where his mindset is. as an avoidant who's becoming more secure, I know where that darkness comes from. So when he's saying he's not broken, I'm looking at him like, you broken. Because when I was in that place, I was broken. Had it not been for God, I was broken. You know what I'm saying to you? So navigating co-parenting effectively takes accountability. He's taking accountability for cheating on the woman, but he needs to take accountability for the fact that he's actually about to create probably more problems with all these kids. Right? Now, my question is, have you ever been through something like this? Are you going through something like this? Maybe you're dealing with a mother or father who's been in several homes, and you're dealing with the repercussions of that choice that they've made. I know how difficult that can be, and I know how tough that can be based on the empathy that I'm going to show, not necessarily because I've actually been in it. But I understand the emotions of feeling let down, disappointed, hurt, feeling like you can't trust, feeling like you're betrayed, abandoned at any moment. These are very real emotions that must not be denied, nor must they be suppressed any longer. So look, I'm still doing my coaching. I've not gone full time just yet, but I have some emergency slots. I would love for you guys who are in need of this coaching to sign up immediately before I go full gone home, and then I've got no spots left, right? Like last year, we went sold out. But I really want to help you as well be successful in not only your romantic relationships, but also your relationships with family and friends as well. So we're going to leave it there. Listen, Cam Newton, I wish him the best, but I do need to take accountability to let him know that he is part of the problems and also a part of the solutions. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. You're leaving a comment down below. Do you agree with my sentiments or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts, which one side you choose. And we'll have a conversation a little bit later on. Much love, much appreciation. And yes, we will see you again soon. Don't do anything I wouldn't do because, hey, it's crazy out there.